All right, well, we're going to go out for our first call of the evening, and we'll talk with Rita. Hi, Rita. What have you got for us
Hi
tonight?
again, Andrew. I just got done reading the secret book of James,
Hmm.
and I am very kind of disturbed after reading it.
Uh-huh.
Now, apparently these are true, but they didn't make the Bible.
Okay, all right. Well, let's talk about it. I get it. I mean, it can be very confusing when you dive into something like that. The secret book of James, the Apocryphon of James. It's not in the canon. It's part of the Nag Hammadi Library. Now, what is that? It's a collection of, they got Gnostic texts in there. They got early Christian texts in there, and they were discovered. I'm going to say it's been about 70 years or so, discovered in the regions, in Egypt, basically. And so there's a lot of reasons that they're not part of the Bible. We talked about this, I believe, the last time we spoke together, Rita, that there's a set of criteria that are used, and when you look at authorship and when you look at authenticity, the secret book of James, as they call it, it was written under a false name. I mean, pseudepigraphal is what they call that, but it's written under a false name. It claims to be by James, but it's not. There's no historical evidence for that. Back in the day, the early church fathers, they did not recognize it during the first few hundred years after Christ. It's not just authorship, it's also the content, the actual message. It has a whole lot of Gnosticism in it. And that's not great. Gnosticism elevates secret knowledge above all else, and basically you got Christianity, which esteems the body, and then Gnosticism, which degrades the body and elevates only the spirit. So anyway, there's lots of reasons to reject the so-called secret book of James, which really is no book of James at all. And what I would encourage you to do is stick with the Bible. You're going to be so much better off. You know that confusion that you feel when you called me up and asked about it? You're not going to have that confusion when you're reading the Word of God, because it's consistent, it makes sense, it all jives together, there's no contradictions. There's no Gnosticism in it. There's no question about whether it's legit or not. My number one recommendation to you in the midst of all your confusion is stick with the Bible. You'll be so glad you did. Thanks, Rita, for your call today, and reach out to us again anytime.